from
This
the place.
conference will
Yeah.
now be recorded.
So, okay. So, I will start from the place where we left actually. Let me share my screen. So, I think the last time we discussed were about the information on the EC2 instance. And then now moving forward, we have checked on the check status and instance status. This we will cover more in detail later on. All right. So we have actually discussed on. I mean, we have just gone through what exactly the AWS monitors. Okay, and I think Ashok or Chandra. Somebody asked me why, right? Why only memory? Why is not memory in the loop, right? So the same thing. AWS, you can AWS doesn't have access to your instance. It has access only on the external level, on the hypervisor level. Okay, so it doesn't get the information related to your operating system, like how many disks are there, or the space utilization, memory utilization. All that is related to OS. But here, whatever it is getting from the hypervisor level, it is taking. Okay. So this part is again, it will ask you, and this is a part of a question where you will be asked like, what are the parameters that is getting checked and what is actually not. So these are the CPU, disk read operation is there, disk write operation is there, network is there, CPU, network, disk, and then status, the status check. So these are the things that you can actually keep in mind. Okay, tags we have discussed. Okay, and then this is general information about it. Okay. So we saw how do we connect. Since it's a Linux box, it will be connected. It will give you all the instructions. Okay, I'll see what exactly is the options which is there in the connect. Okay, so this is an option which says connect, and this is you can, if you want to create a template, you can create a template so that you can create more instance, or you can create an instance, more instance of the same type. Okay, so the main part here, when we come here, it is something like state, instance state. Okay, so either an instance can be in a start state, you can stop it. Now this is a new option which has come. You can hibernate it, reboot, and terminate. Okay, so these are the options which are there. Okay, so and going next is instance settings. You can edit or add the tags. You can that can be done here also, just like that. Okay, so similarly you can actually do it from here. Attach it to auto scaling group. Auto scaling we will discuss. This is something related to your high availability. So as of now we'll just leave this one and attach IAM role. We'll check what exactly is a role. Okay, going forward, so this two part I'll not check. Instance, change instance type. Okay, so this is actually very common question, uh, related to certification also, and related to your interview also, where it says, can you change an instance from one instance type to the other instance type? You can do it actually. So let's go ahead, and I'll just go ahead and stop this instance. Say yes. So it is still stopping. Okay, so now if I go here, and if I want to change the instance type, all right, I can do that. Okay, I can take it back to, say example, my requirement has changed. Okay, probably I have more load on my machine, and probably this is not handling the load, I can always go ahead and do that. Okay, and if I say apply, all right, so it applies that. Okay, but the only problem with that is if you are working on a free tire, it will be a problem, it will be costing you. So this is just to give you an example, okay, that you can actually change it.
But when you're changing the instance type,
Okay.
are there any other parameters are going to change, or do we need to take care of any other things, like when you're changing the
No,
instance type?
no, not that much actually. It's only that it is upgrading its CPU and RAM and all. So it is actually upgrading it to a higher level. You don't have to worry about it. The only thing that you should be careful is when you're stopping the instance, the application will not be. This activity is only happening when you stop the instance. Okay. Apart from that, it's just like you can just stop and start it. Okay.
Right.
But then,
Maybe like
yeah.
organizations, like they may send like the maintenance.
Correct, absolutely.
Right.
You have to
Right.
take a
Then
maintenance window. You
right.
have to take
Yeah.
a maintenance window, and you can actually do that if
Correct.
you are actually changing it. Yeah, that's a very valid point. That instant has to be stopped, because if you are not stopping the instant, it will not change. So something like that. So let me just come back to the options here. Okay. So we have something like change protection. Okay, let it come back and I'll tell you what exactly it is. Change termination protection. So what happened is yesterday when we spinned up one of the instance, right? So we have given this that disable termination protection. Okay. So what we did was actually, if I go ahead and then try to terminate this instance, it will give me all this information. It says, are you sure you want to terminate this instance? This instance have temporary protection and will not terminate. So in case if you think that there are a couple of other people also working with you in the team, and this machine is a critical one, because if accidentally people make mistakes. So rather than somebody coming and terminating it, you can actually put this tag, that is you know termination protection. So it will actually give you an option where it says, okay, it is protected. Okay, in case if you want to terminate, you have to go here and then go to settings. I'll come back here, and then I'll actually do is, yes, disable it. So now if you go ahead and try to terminate, this machine will go off. Okay, so that is the termination thing. So you can just go ahead and say yes, enable it. So that way you can accidentally avoid the EC2 instance from the termination.
So, but apart from like the disable and enable the termination, do they have any
Correct.
like security setups that like the one will have a like different level of people will have a different the
Correct.
security right? Those are not going to
Absolutely.
take care of. Yeah.
No, that is actually yeah, that is the correct. That is what we do it in IAM, where you have the access management, where you are actually giving the policies to a person, or permission to a person, that he can only relate to EC2 instance activity he can do, or he can only view the EC2 instance, things like that. You can give them the permission. However, if you have somebody in your team who is actually an administrator, just like
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
people, and he happened to commit some mistake, then probably that termination is there. Then he will think twice. Okay, that he will get an option, that you are actually terminating it. So he will come back and he will try to actually first remove it. If he wants to do it blindly, he can do it, but it is actually from accidentally removing it. Because if you accidentally come in here, and and then you terminate here, and then it goes just like that. So if you have that termination
Right.
policy on, so at least you're getting something to you have to go here, disable it. So in the meantime, maybe his brain will trigger that, let me check if this is the right instance or something like that. So it is just like a layer one again
Yeah,
after this
got it.
whatever
But
policy that.
once you terminate, like, is there any way to, like, restore it back?
No, you cannot do that. So once
Oh,
it is gone, it is gone.
okay.
So the only thing is, if you have taken the snapshot of your volume, so then you can actually kind of create the volume again and restore it back. So something like that. We will see that also. So the only thing is, you should have a, if you are actually terminating that EC2 instance, if you have data in the volume, if that is not deleted, then you can actually restore it. So with that data, okay, and you can actually spin up an instance